I'm Amelia. Today, we're going to talk about why he seems to love you, but won't let you in. So let's talk about one of the loneliest feelings in the world. Being in a relationship with someone who is physically present, but emotionally 1,000 miles away. He's a good person. He's kind. He's responsible. He might even say he loves you. But when you try to get close, truly close, you hit a wall. A smooth, invisible glass wall. You can see him on the other side, but you can't reach him. You can talk at him for hours, but you can't seem to talk with him. When you share your feelings, his eyes glaze over. When you cry, he freezes or gets angry. It feels like you're knocking on a door where no one ever answers. What if I told you his distance might not be about you at all? What if that wall he's built isn't to keep you out, but to keep his own fears in? Today, we are going to talk about the emotional wall. We'll understand with compassion why good men build them. We'll explore what it feels like to be on both sides of that wall. And most importantly, I'll give you a practical guide, not on how to tear the wall down with force, but on how to create a space so safe that he might just choose to open the door himself. So why is this wall built in the first place? For many people, but especially for boys growing up, showing soft, vulnerable emotions like sadness, fear, or shame was not safe. They were told to man up, to stop crying, to be strong. They learned that expressing their true feelings could lead to being shamed, ridiculed, or dismissed. Their vulnerability was met with punishment, not comfort. So, the brain does what it's designed to do. It learns. It creates a brilliant survival strategy. It builds a fortress around the heart to protect that soft, vulnerable core from ever being hurt again. Emotional unavailability is not a conscious choice to be cruel. It is a subconscious, protective shield forged in the fires of past pain. He is the king of his own emotional castle, and he has pulled up the drawbridge because he believes the world outside is not safe. Now let's look at what it feels like to be on both sides of this wall, because both experiences are real and painful. On your side of the wall, you feel profound loneliness. You are in a relationship, but you are starving for true intimacy. You crave to be truly seen and understood. Your natural instinct is to try to breach the wall. You might try banging on the door with questions. Why won't you talk to me? You might try using a battering ram of anger and criticism. You're like a robot. You have no feelings. But the harder you push, the thicker he builds the wall, because your attacks only confirm his deepest fear, that the world outside his fortress is hostile and unsafe. But what does it feel like on his side? It's not a party in there. It's safe, but it is also incredibly isolating. He feels a constant, low-level sense of disconnect, not just from you, but from himself. He often doesn't even know what he's feeling. His own emotions are locked away in a dungeon. He wants to connect. He truly does. But the thought of lowering the drawbridge and letting you see his true, vulnerable self is terrifying. To him, your attempts to connect don't feel like invitations. They feel like invasions. So if pushing and pulling doesn't work, what does? You cannot force his wall to come down. Only he can make the decision to lower the drawbridge, but you can change the landscape outside the castle. You can create an environment that makes him want to come out. Step 1. Stop banging on the door. This is the first and most important step. You must stop the behaviors that are reinforcing his need for the wall. This means stopping the constant questions about his feelings, the criticism of his silence, and the demands that he open up. Every time you do this, you are confirming his belief that his inner world is a subject for judgment and fixing. You have to unilaterally declare a ceasefire. This doesn't mean you accept the distance forever. It means you are changing your strategy from force to invitation. Step 2. Create a zone of emotional safety. Your partner will only consider opening up if he believes his vulnerability will be met with warmth, not with fire. Your job is to make vulnerability safe. The action plan. The next time he does share something small and personal, a worry about work, a flicker of sadness, your reaction is critical. Do not immediately jump in to fix it. Do not judge it or tell him he shouldn't feel that way. Do not use it against him in a future argument. Your only job is to listen and validate. Say the magic words, "Thank you for telling me that." Or, "That sounds really tough." You are conditioning him. You are teaching his nervous system, through repeated gentle experiences, that sharing his inner world with you leads to connection, not to pain. Step 3. Go first. Share your vulnerability without demands. You can model the behavior you want to see. This is about sharing your own feelings and experiences in a non-blaming way, using I statements. The action plan. Instead of saying, "You're so distant tonight," which is an accusation, try sharing your own feeling. "I'm feeling a little lonely tonight, and I would love a hug." You are not making a demand for a long conversation. You are simply stating your emotional truth and making a simple physical request. This is like leaving a peaceful offering at the castle gate. You are showing him what vulnerability looks like and demonstrating that it's not scary. You are inviting him into a soft place. Step 4. Connect shoulder to shoulder, not just face to face. Often, men build emotional connection not through intense face-to-face talks, but through shared activities. This is shoulder-to-shoulder connection. The action plan. Stop trying to force a deep conversation. Instead, invite him to do something with you. Go for a walk in nature. Cook a meal together. Work on a project in the garden. Go to a sporting event. It is often during these shared activities, when the pressure to talk about feelings is off, that a man will feel safe enough to open up organically. The conversation becomes a byproduct of the shared experience, not a terrifying goal in itself. Building a connection with an emotionally walled-off partner is not a battle to be won. Often, the wall is not about you at all. It is the residue of old wounds, betrayals, or childhood lessons that taught him love equals danger. When he seems distant, it's not a lack of feeling, but a defense against feelings too powerful to manage. Understanding this doesn't mean excusing hurtful behavior, but it does mean seeing the wall for what it is, protection, not rejection. You cannot tear down his wall. Only he holds the key to the gate. But you can make the world outside his walls so beautiful, so safe, and so inviting that he finally finds the courage to walk out and meet you there. What does an emotional wall feel like to you? Share your experience in the comments. And if you're ready to learn how to build bridges instead of walls, make sure you subscribe.